Probably too late to show you.
Welcome to Concast, where the fandoms unite, with the Boba Fett swagger and the Jedi's in sight. It's a comic book cocktail, shaken and stirred. We're the coolest cats in the whole nerd herd. Grab your badge and strike.
Just a reminder, dudes, when the media is going, our mics are still live.
Sorry, that's good. I wasn't talking shit on anybody then.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
yeah,
I just asked him about
Concast. We're back.
Well, I'm about sharing stuff, and then I realized, oh, I shouldn't have done that while we're starting the episode. That's dumb. But
I thought about that too, but I didn't want to talk over the media.
But I didn't know, but now I know. So how's Ash doing tonight?
Ash is doing okay. He recovered from last week having the Rona, and and so I'm doing better. I mean, I'm it's after the Corona, so you're going to be a little bit not up to full steam, but I'm ramping up. It's doing good, and but other than that, I have had the time because I just didn't feel like doing anything. So I just picked up my my book and started reading again, my Kindle, and I dove back into a series that has had several more volumes come out since I last picked it up. And it is a really good series called He Who Fights with Monsters. And it's a really witty. The main protagonist is just my kind of asshole. And I mean, the fact that he's telling these people in this new world, they're like, oh, you don't have an aristocracy? And he's like, no, we have a wealth-based oligarchy, but we're still working on it. And I'm just like, oh man, I love this guy. And we got people in the chat.
Well, just one so far. It's Mike. Was it, buddy? I'm listening.
You're listening to He Who Fights with Monsters, Mike? I haven't listened to the audiobooks, but I've been reading the books, and it's and I think I left off on like book 8, and they're up to book 12 now. So
was that just
it'll
a
be
nerd
interesting.
one up on Mike? He said, "Oh, you're listening to it? I'm reading it."
Well, no, I don't. See, my thing is that when it comes, it's not that I am better than those who listen to it. It's I am cheaper than those who listen to it, because I get Kindle Plus or Kindle Unlimited, which lets me have as many books as I want for like $10 or so a month, where each of those audiobooks is like $15, and I'm too damn cheap to pay for audiobooks, and that's just the rub.
Oh, fuck.
Steph is here too. Hey, Steph.
Hey, Steph.
I was just saying before the podcast, I had all this AI stuff that we had seen in the news and the TwitchCon stuff, and I was like, I'm going to talk about all this Monday, and then we had a huge meeting on Sunday at Wizards Alley for the Anime Fest that I'm working on all sorts of stuff right now, and then took Cookie to our first improv with Say What. We did an improv night up at Friends University or Newman University. Newman University.
I got to say, those guys are really, really good.
Yeah, well, yeah, they've been doing it for 25 years.
They were fun.
They were. Cookie did. It was fun, and I got to give him big kudos. He did great getting up there and having fun with it and stuff. Biggin was hurting enough that I think he sat on the sidelines.
He was still recovering.
Yeah, he's been sick and injured all week, but
I know how that is.
So we got a little update on that, and we'll talk about that here in a bit. But
he blew an O-ring out. I think, pretty sure.
But then that meant I didn't get all my stuff lined up.
What?
Come again?
I said I haven't blew an O-ring since band camp. What was that?
Well, I didn't think we had enough to talk about then, because I was either going to have Say What on this week or Eric from TsunamiCon. Eric, I hadn't reached out to him because we're all busy getting ready for TsunamiCon. And Say What are on. We're debating right now whether it will be the week before our live show on the 15th with them, or maybe have them at the the live show we do at the Burrow, which is the 7th, I think, of next month.
I
So
believe
we're gonna toy around with that.
Is
Huh?
it the 7th? I think it's like the 5th. Oh, hold on.
No, I got the calendar somewhere
Yeah,
right
it's
here.
the
Hey,
5th.
Kelly.
Okay, so the 5th. So we might have them on for the live. We're gonna chat about it, but they for sure will be guests beginning of next month sometime.
Kelly's with Scooter tonight. Hey, Scooter.
Hey, Scooter and Kelly. So yeah, we'll definitely have to say what on sometime here soon. We're just deciding if we know we're going to get a big turnout at the Burrow, we might do it there just so we can do some improv with them. Maybe we can show guys how they're teaching us some of their improv games, because we had a good time with.
I did.
them,
Yeah. And I learned a lot too,
So I looked at you like, confirm this. But
Yeah.
yes, and
Yes,
um,
and
But so I didn't think we were gonna have enough, but we got plenty to talk about tonight. So we should probably hit Geekgasms. And I will say I noticed Daryl and I are both representing our respective fandoms tonight. I got Ghostbusters, you got Star Trek. Cookie phoning it in over here, mother jumper. I'm just saying.
What do you
I
got?
should have wore a white shirt.
You got Tigger Tog pants on.
I got Tigger Tog pants on.
Yeah, but it's like we're talking before the show. You can't wear the band shirt to the concert.
See, I know
I'm all
Cookie
about to
too
start
well.
out die hard.
I know Cookie too well, and you said Tigger Togs. All I heard was tater tot pants, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Cookie.
Yeah, well,
I love me some tater tot casserole. That's for sure, man.
So I'll hit my first geekgasm before we get on to the news and stuff. And I was gonna say one of the things I'm doing is going through and getting a whole bunch of old pictures, because I found a great old picture of us closing out the Kansas Newman Festival like 15 years ago when it stopped doing. The last thing to happen at the Newman Festival at all was us singing Sailor's Prayer to close out the whole festival, which I've always had a little pride in that. And I found a picture, and it is me, Biggin, Cookie, Mac, and Chris Harrison, which is odd because almost everybody except for Biggin in that group had then left, and we went on, like you joined the group and we had other people.
Mhm.
And then now we're back to that same group, only instead of Chris, it's Frankie. That's the only difference. So I wanted to get that and make a special meme of it. And as I was going through there, I found tons and tons of great, not only WAGs pictures, but I found lots of Concast pictures, shows I forgot we did, celebrities I
good.
forgot that we interviewed and stuff. Oh yeah. I'm starting to put it together a folder so that I can put all the celebrities we've had on the show and us with those celebrities up on the Concast page, just because I thought it was neat.
Hey, I want to say something to Kelly. Hey, Kelly, that's all cool, man. But after TsunamiCon, we'll still all get together, and that way you can play, bro.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's become a little chaotic just trying to get everybody lined up, because even I'm thinking, if I'm not sure what all things I'll be doing, if I'm doing Drunkards and Dragons or not. So if I'm going to be doing gaming with you guys, it might be a little we might be tagging out some parts here and there.
Oh, fucking!
But
I think Kelly might be sick. He ain't talked no shit on me yet. I don't know what's the matter with that guy.
he's with Johnny. He's trying to be nice. So here's my geekgasm.
Ooh, 3 people have
boys.
signed up for my game.
Yeah,
Sorry.
hell yeah. We haven't gone on and signed up for all the games, so like you need to add one for me. You need to add one for me. There's a number of games I still need to sign up for. But my boys, Gabe and Diego, I've been playing Magic with them, trying to kind of get back into it, and they got me all 12 of the Secret Lair Ghostbuster Magic cards. Right, that's this isn't a great show off here, but yeah, just 12 cards, but they're all Ghostbuster cards for Magic. So I can start now making me a Ghostbuster deck. And they got me a reprint of my favorite card when I used to play the Alpha deck way back when, the Icy Manipulator. And I have one, an Alpha, sitting right over there, but it's worth a lot of money now, so I won't touch it. But I can't play with it then. So they got me a reprint just so that I can play it now and not have to play my actual card. And I feel I can safely do that since I do own the actual card. I don't think anybody will fuck with me
Poo-poo
for
you?
playing it.
Yeah.
Poo-poo me. So yeah, that was me. That was mine. Just getting some Magic cards. And I got them just in time for Tsunami this weekend, because they're doing tournament Tsunami, and then they are doing an after party Saturday night at
Not Critical Role.
dang it.
Yeah, the
I
old
can't remember.
Wizards out. It's the old Wizards Asylum.
It's a new gaming shop in Wichita, and
Yeah.
they're
Critical
sponsoring
Hit, is that it?
Critical Role, I think maybe.
No, Critical Roles.
Yeah.
Is it the
on
one?
online.
Is it the
Critical
one
Hit, I
over off
think.
of like
31st,
Ridge or Tyler?
31st and Seneca, or 37th or 33rd and 31st and Seneca, I think.
I have not been to that one.
I don't know these people very well yet, but they did come to our show at Tsunami or at damn it, at the Air Force Base. The show we did at the Air Force Base,
They were really cool, man.
and they came to our smoker show and just loved it in there. So we connected with them pretty good,
Yep.
and then they got in with Eric and everybody at Tsunami. So they're doing some Magic tournaments there. So I'm going to take my Doctor Who deck and my Ghostbuster cards and go try to pretend like I still know how to play.
Good luck on that one.
Yeah. The boys
Yeah.
walk circles around me here, but they're nice about it.
I'm trying to see. I
Well,
don't see anything at 31st and Seneca.
Well,
Is it South
not
Seneca or North
right
Seneca?
there. It's behind the Club Shooters. It's over in a mall just right off of that. It's
Oh, is it?
there.
It's South Seneca.
Yeah, it's right over. It's right the same spot that the
it's on
Wizards Asylum
31st.
used to be.
Yeah, it's on 31st. It's not on Seneca, or maybe it's 33rd. I can't remember.
Oh, that where Wizards Asylum used to be.
Yeah.
Let's see. Heist, Legendary Crits Lounge.
Legendary
it.
Crits.
That's it.
That's
Yep.
it. Yeah, we haven't been in the shop yet. They've invited us in. We just haven't had time to make it. But they are pretty cool people. I feel like we're doing a commercial for them now.
Yeah.
But they're pretty cool people. They're going to have a booth there at Tsunami this weekend. We plan on chit and chat with them, maybe setting something up to go in and.
They are definitely the people I'd go drinking with. You know.
Yeah.
Hold on
So he
here.
says you got some.
He says he's got some magic cards he'll give you. That sounds like, come on into my van. I got tacos. That wouldn't.
He's done that with comic books before too. Damn it, he gets some good ones.
Yeah. They all turned out to
Mike
be.
asked, "Is Christy going?" Yeah, no, it was a bunch of $20.99 bullshit. I'm just saying.
Oh, make you wish
that
for the
was a punch
Casper.
in the mouth, man. That's wrong.
What was that, Daryl?
I said, makes you wish for the Casper.
Mike asked if Christy is going to the con. She is going to stop in. She always does. She's not going to stay there the whole time. Eric's wife, Jonica, does. She has a tea booth that she always sets up there. So Christy always comes in. They'll usually trade some wine for some tea or something, but she'll get some tea and stuff and hang out for a bit. But she won't be there for the full run of the thing. She'll just come in, say hi to people, visit, that kind of thing.
Did not see the tea thing when I was there last year.
I can't remember where it was last year. I usually stop in. They might not have done it last year because I think you had to bring a whole bunch of stuff from out of town. I can't remember. But it's the same tea booth that they do at the anime festival.
Well, don't they do a tea sitting during Sinan?
I think so.
I think they do.
Yeah.
They have a tea room set up.
So, yeah.
No, I tried. I'm trying to open up the dialogue with that IPMS, which is the International Plastic Modelers Society. That's the big thing that for all the people who do the models, which is mostly just guys that make me look young, doing World War II stuff. But they're the ones that did that model little con this weekend. All right.
Oh, okay.
And
those are the guys who show up at the gun and knife show out at the Cessna Activity Center. They got some nice stuff, man.
Okay, but I was talking about this.
He doesn't go to gun shows.
And I was going to say, I'm trying to, because, like I assisted with the Star Trek fan club and got, pushed for them to get into conventions and stuff like that and get out there because they had, no real presence. This IPMS, which is, a national organization, international organization. They're all over the world. The club here is not doing any kind of, getting out there and flag waving. And so I was like, having tables at cons, and getting in there, I'm like, like let's say Anime Fest. There's a couple of guys in there at the IPMS. They just do Gundams. All right. And having a table and having those guys back there with the Gundams and have them, present some of their models and stuff like that, that would drum up a whole lot of interest right there. Just stuff like
That's
that.
Kind of what I was wanting to do at the model contest last time. I just got it all set up way too late. Because I didn't know if I was going to have the room and stuff. But yeah, no, I'd love to see some of that. And just like you're saying with the setting up the tables for the Star Trek, because if you remember, I don't know, a year and a half ago, I was on here. I was talking about trying to get the Ghostbuster guys out doing more conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't keep up with all. I saw James, the guy that leads our group, at the con last weekend, and I was like, oh, I thought you guys were doing a different event. Well, the guys are like doing 2 other events, and he's at that event that weekend. Like they're doing tons of shit now, and I can only jump in every once in a while. And I was thinking about that a lot when I was looking through those pictures, because I'm looking at, well, A, a lot of stuff we used to do, but B, just the stuff I used to post, like not so much even being at the events, because I got the opposite curse. I'm at a lot of the events, but I'm not posting pictures or we're doing live feeds from them or anything like we used to. And that really promotes and helps gets that traffic.
I didn't even know Scooter's birthday was next weekend.
Hang on a sec. That I believe it is. Christy won't be going to the high tea, but I'll let you know when she's going to be there, though, for sure. And then Scooter's birthday next weekend. Happy early birthday, Scooter! Wait, this coming weekend?
Coming to the con next weekend at TsunamiCon weekend.
Yeah. No, he's got funner stuff to do than come game at con. But do you have a Geekgasm this week?
No.
Or were you just
Paxlovid works great. I mean, there's that. I went to the little model show. I got you that. I got you that. That Ecto one. Yeah, and let me see. Other than that, I started doing the paint masking on the frickin' what is it, on the Orville, and oh man, I did not realize what I signed up for. That's a lot of paint masking. I think I might, because I'm just doing it when I can, and it's sitting there, masking parts off and then cutting it up and doing all the stuff like that, and it's a whole lot. But the main one that I have to do, I might just, if I, because a lot of times at these cons, if you're not doing something, you're just sitting there, with downtime. I might bring this part that has all these parts that need to be paint masked on it, and my tape and stuff like that, and just spend an hour or two doing up all these different areas that need to be paint masked off before I can put down the base color.
Well, now I'm curious, because that's the thing that has always scared me about doing the kits like you do, because you'll show me, I look at them, I go, there's a lot of one color there. There's a lot of monotone. And I realize there's subtle, different graded areas and stuff like that. And see, that scares me, because the bigger the kit is, the easier it is to see detail. So the harder it is to paint. The more monotone it is, the easier it is to see fuck ups. But on the other hand, some of them, I'm like, a lot of that you're just spray painting and then doing a little detail work.
See, this is definitely going to be a 10-foot model. All right. Where it looks best from about 10 feet away. All right. You get closer than that, you're gonna see the mess ups. But no, I mean, this is not like, like I am looking at like the paint masks I'm looking at purchasing for let's see here, the D7. Let me see if I can click to expand and share this. These kind of paint masks are totally different. And these ones take up a lot more space and are a lot harder to do.
So anybody listen on the audio version, me describing it's not going to do any real good, but kind of like stenciled silhouette versions of I don't know, almost like feathers on a Klingon bird of prey is what I'm looking at.
Well, basically, it was a Klingon D7, and the difference between the basic difference between the original series and then the TMP, the movie version, which is you have the D7, then you have the Katinga, which was that. The difference is that the just the amount of detail. And where the original TOS, because it was made for, it wasn't even, standard definition. It was straight up, not VHS, VHF, all right, or UHF. I mean, this was low quality 1960s broadcast TV is what it was designed for. And so there's not like any detail on it, really. All right. But once it got to the movie, they dressed it all up and just, used paint masks in order to differentiate and create all this panel work. And that's one of the things, if you ever, watch the original movie again, or the first, several original movies, all those paint masks for the Aztecing that they did on
If
it.
if I ever go back and watch the original movies, I start at 2 and go on from there. I don't mean to sound bad.
No, truly, what I do is I start the original movie. I start it when they're getting to the ship in dry dock, and I end it after they do the full startup and it pulls out of dry dock. All the ship beauty shots, that's all I'm there for. After that, I could give a shit less about the original movie. I couldn't care less. Star Trek 2 is where it starts, in my opinion. We don't talk about the odd number movies.
Hey, I don't know what shows on your screen, but on our screen, all I can see is Wolverine and not Tim and I. So
I'm seeing both of you, and I'm seeing me as just like a silhouette thing. So let's see here.
Yeah, I think we just got to reverse that. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Nobody signs on to look at our beautiful mugs.
There we go.
There we go.
I changed the layout.
And before we do Cookies Geekasm, I'll just touch on the Star Trek thing. Again, going through all those pictures, a realization had came to me because we'd worked with a number of people from Star Trek, and it was always back when Bean was on the show. It was him and I interviewing while we were on the road, and it's like, fuck, why wouldn't we have had Daryl there for any of that? For talking to the Star Trek people,
because of reasons that we will not talk about on a live show unless we just want to start talking shit.
Someday. Do you have a Geekasm this week?
Man, I just been working hard on my game.
No.
Yep, getting stuff ready for TsunamiCon.
I
can pull it off.
You can pull it off
too. I need to break it all out and set it all up and refresh it all in my memory. I even went so far as to, in order to try to save space, I 3D printed a whole bunch of placard holders and stuff like that. So they're not all laid out. They can set up, and I've done a whole lot of stuff to try to make it a more functional game table. We'll see if it actually works. And so I can't tell if you guys. I'm working on the game.
I can't tell if you guys are amateurs or professionals, because you can even ask some of the people in chat. Half the games I used to GM, I could pull out my ass on the spot. I didn't ever really worry. It's like I'll just get there, we'll make it up as we go, and we'd have some great campaigns.
I'm trying to remember my whole dice system I had set up.
Yeah, it was in fairness, that's a whole game you've written, not just a campaign. But yeah.
Well, the good thing about your game, though, Tim, is that it is narrative driven. All right. It's like me, I really like GURPS, but GURPS is mechanics heavy. It's very heavy in the mechanics and the dice play, and whereas yours is storytelling with the dice as a random number generator.
Correct. Yep.
And I would say that's a lot of the way I used to GM, more story driven, less rule based.
And thank you for the compliment, Derek, coming from you.
Oh, did I compliment you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, kind of did. I mean,
you talked to him like an equal. So,
I didn't mean to compliment you. Yeah, fuckhead.
We got a couple subjects to touch on. I know you had some AI stories. I wanted to touch on this TwitchCon thing before we did talk more about Tsunami. You want to hit yours first, or should I hit mine first?
Just really quick, do you want me to bring the camera and laptop set up in case we want to do some live broadcasts from Tsunami?
I think so.
Okay, I'll make sure to do
some
that.
stuff to play on next week's episode or something.
It's gotten to the point that anymore going to a con, I mean, it used to be I just roll up with a backpack or my messenger bag. Now I got a little cart that I wheel shit in. I'm one of those guys. Anymore, I'm going to have a prop chest like the Scallywags.
Wait till you run a con. I come with a trailer and a pickup. Yeah.
All right. Said that's not it's weekend after
the
that.
Second at Johnny's house, so everyone's invited. Horns Automotive. No. I do have that TwitchCon thing. Either I can start on that, or if you want to hit your AI stories first.
Well, okay. The first AI story is that here OpenAI just had another big release, and they've released a full web browser built around ChatGPT. So they are trying to move into the Google territory of having their own web browser for people to use.
Oh, I thought they were already doing that, honestly.
No. Now, Perplexity had their own web browser. That was called, let me see, what was the Perplexity?
Was that the one that was
called?
AI based for AI to use? Because I knew there was one that just for it.
No, see, this one it's called ChatGPT Atlas, a full web browser built around GPT. Atlas integrates GPT deeply, sidebar summation of web pages, agent mode for paid users that can navigate web tasks like shopping or trip planning. It will do everything but click the buy button. You have to click the buy button, and you can sit there and watch it do all the stuff. And then, at any point you can, click the thing and take it out of the loop and make it stop. But it's like full on agent in the browser. The only problem is that Perplexity's version was called Comet. But the only problem that I have right now is it's currently available on Mac OS only. Windows, iOS, and Android versions are coming.
Okay.
But so that's the thing is with all the people that use ChatGPT constantly, this will be something that pulls them away from using Google Chrome. And so that's going to be a big thing, how that works.
I was watching because right now I'm only really using ChatGPT, doing these pictures now because Christy's been picking out her own pictures of like, oh, that's a great promo picture for you to use. You just got to get rid of, like a certain person in the picture or something like that. And so she's like, oh, well, let's just start using that AI. And I got to get away from the comfortable ChatGPT I've been using.
What you need for that one?
Yeah.
For image generation, GPT is good and all the stuff like that. But when it comes to image altering, like you would with what is the one Photoshop, like you would with Photoshop.
That's kind of what I'm looking at. Yep.
You want to use Google Gemini, their thing called Nano Banana. That's their image program is Nano Banana, and that excels in you handing it an image and then saying alter it this way and it altering it. That's how that one excels.
Okay, that's good to know because that's what I'm wanting to start working on. Because I started looking last night a little bit, and an article had popped up that just came out, I think yesterday or the day before, about being, because we talked about this last week, where I'm one of those guys that always says thank you and shit, just like you. You're always nice to it. They're saying that they just did a study on like the top 5 or 6 AI models, and the ruder you are, the better results you get. And the nicer you are, the worst results you get. Not by much, by about 5% margin.
Today, wait till that some bitch takes over.
Yeah, no,
You'll
I'm not.
Remember us then.
I'm still going to be nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that I'm not telling anybody what to do because I know they're coming for us. But Yeah, no, I just found that kind of interesting because they say if you talk to your like ChatGPT and say cut out all the bullshit, don't be nice to me, just tell me what I want to know. Boom, that you get better results by 5%.
Okay. And I would like to point out, that's not being rude. That's being curt. If you give it a setup where you are tweaking its personality just for that conversation, and you're telling it, I want you to behave in this way, I want you to cut out the fluff, we just need to work on this, we need to buckle down, I don't want any of the ingratiation or any of the stuff like that, just give me the skinny. All right, that's being curt, that's not being rude.
The one I was showing, now they were given rude as an example, so
right.
it actually was being like they were renaming the AI with insulting names,
Yeah.
cutting it off when it was trying to be nice, stuff like that. So they in their example they were, but I'll be fair, I watched 2 videos that talked about it and that was it. I did no real research, so I was just going off of what other people had. But
Well, see,
so I didn't mean to like jump on a whole nother thing, but
no. I mean, this is an interesting, a very, very, poignant topic, is the fact that these AIs will behave differently given different parameters provided to them. And like one of my favorite ones was way back in the beginning when they were, first, playing with these LLMs, large language models. And I think it was GPT-2 they were messing with still. I mean, it was, several years back now. And they found out that if they told GPT to respond, they were giving it math problems, but instead of just giving back the answer, they wanted it to respond as if it was the captain giving the captain's log. I mean, they didn't say Star Trek, but the way they dressed it up was, you're the captain of a starship on Star Trek, we need a captain's log. And so when it did that, they found that there was a small yet significant increase in the accuracy of its math abilities when it was pretending to be a science fiction show. And so there's different things like that. And so when you pay for GPT, and I don't know if this is trickled down to the free accounts yet, but you can set up different projects. And in each of those projects, you can, basically create an entire setup of, this is how I want you to behave. These are the resources that you use and all this stuff like that. Go ahead.
No, I was going to have you re-say it, but I realized it was not you. I did not catch the last 20 seconds of that. I apologize.
Oh, I was saying that
it was on my
with GPT, when you have when you set up a project, you can tailor how it behaves just for that project. And like when it comes to, I have a project folder for Comcast, and I've set it up in there. This is what I want, this is how I want you to behave, this is what I need from you. So anymore, I don't have to sit there and coach everything that I'm given to it. I can sit there at the end of all this, I can download the transcript from our show, I feed it, and I'll just upload the transcript to it. Said, here's the transcript from this week's show. It'll go, great. It'll shoot me like 10 different ideas for titles that I can bounce off of. It will give a description of the show. It will give like I have it doing 10 different tags that I can put in there. And I want them comma separated. That was a big one. Took forever to get it comma separated. But 10 different comma separated tags. It'll start working on the prompt for the artwork and all the stuff like that. And literally all I have to do is go, here's this week's transcript, upload, and it will just take off from there. No fluff, none of that. Oh, you're so great, everything that you say is perfect. None of that crap like that. Just straight get to work. And that's the way I have it set up.
Don't get me wrong. There's times I'm like, oh, I kind of like that it's talking to me like it's real person or something. But then there's other times I'm like, I kind of like when somebody calls on the phone, you're like, I just can't deal with them right now, and then you don't answer or something. And I know you don't understand that because you're usually that guy.
Yeah,
But no,
fuck you.
I'm giving you shit. But yeah, it's that. Sometimes it's that I just can't deal with it right now. I'm just gonna Google it like a normal guy.
Oh yeah,
So I gotta
yeah.
read
I
what
mean,
Mike
one
put
of
over here.
the things that irritates the crap out of me is I'll be trying to use it as a sounding board, and I'll put something up, and it just immediately, oh, that's a great idea, that's great, all the stuff like that, and I'm just like, I don't need you to blow smoke up my ass. All right, I want you to tell me what's wrong with this idea so I know what to fix.
Or if it's
I
even a
know
good
this
idea at
idea
all.
isn't good because I'm still poor. So fucking fix it. All right.
Yeah, trust me, I'll ask you advice on convention stuff and stuff. Sometimes they're like, "That's an interesting idea," or "That's a unique way of looking at that," or something, and I'll go like, "Oh, that's you telling me that's not a good idea." But
Yeah.
otherwise they'll say that's a great idea, or you have a wonderful imagination, that kind of shit. But
Yeah.
Sure do got a lot of creepy shit running through your head.
yeah. I'd like it every once in a while. Just go, I don't know about that. That doesn't seem like that'd be a popular opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. You know it's like that when it starts saying stuff like, what a unique view you have on this. So I'm a majority of one. Thanks, motherfucker.
Sometimes I gotta think it's like when grandma's telling you something like, "Oh, you really tried hard on that, didn't you?"
Yeah.
Then you're like, "Oh, that, yeah, I've realized that means no good."
Let me see. The main AI story that I wanted to, I mean, okay, there's a secondary one that they now have Sora 2.1, I think it is, that they've come out with. Because remember, Sora, you had whatever it was, VO3, all right? You had VO3, which you could do 8-second stuff. Then they came out with Sora 2, which you could do, like up to 10 seconds. And it was better with the audio and stuff like that. Well, they just released Sora 2.1, where its 2 upgrades is that free users can now do 15-second clips, and pro users can go up to 25 seconds and access a storyboard tool, letting them architect the video frame by frame.
Man, it's moving so quick because just you saying 15 seconds, 25 seconds scares the shit out of me because that's a full commercial. That's a full commercial. I watch shit all the time now where I'm like, is that AI? And sometimes the way I got to judge it is simply counting it off. Like, oh no, that obvious, or the camera angle changed enough that I could tell. And when you watch those videos encrypted shit, that AI is ruining the fucking playing field for that.
Well, and see, that's the thing is it was said before. I forget who said it. I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson or someone like that. But they had said that here soon it's going to get to the point that so much. I mean, I think they're saying now over 50% of the stuff out in social media is AI generated. Right? It's AI slop.
Yeah, everything I've seen.
But it's going to get to such the point that where before you had to go, no, mom, that's AI. It's going to be so much AI that everybody is going to default not believe something because it's most likely AI. So that is going to become the default state really soon. Is everybody going, nah, that's AI. Don't believe it. It's AI. Don't believe it.
I was watching a survey because, just a few months ago, we were talking on this channel about, they say by 2030, 90% of everything on the internet will be AI. They're now saying by the end of 2026, at the rate we're going, because we're already over 50%, we have, AI talking to AI, that it's killing the internet. And what it said was globally, with exception of the United States, globally, social media is taking a dive. Like people are leaving social media because they can't, one of the reasons being they can't trust anything on there. And United States is the only place where social media is hanging on as much.
By a tooth. So. No, but seriously, my forays into Facebook anymore are literally just to go to the pages that, are my hobbies. I just go there and I interact with those individuals. And other than that, I'm out.
I use it now like I should. Just communicate with people. Just like, oh, I want to get a hold of this particular person. I might get a hold of them on it Facebook.
Yeah, but it's ruined YouTube. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. One of the things I wasn't going to bring it up, but one of the things that was in a news article that a news story that I was made aware of is the fact that it's not being talked about right now. But one of the big things that was being demoed out there are the world generation that's happening right now, and basically like a lot with Tesla using all of the information that they've got from their vehicles, because they're constantly farming information from their vehicles, and they're using that so they can accurately depict the world down to the physics and all the stuff like that. And some of the reasons for that is when it comes to like being able to train, like let's say you have a robot and you want to teach the robot how to walk through a cityscape or whatever, you know, to walk and do stuff. You can take the program that the robot uses and put it into this generated world and have it interact in the generated world, and it can learn in there, and it can learn so much faster. We're talking thousands of iterations a second, learning how to walk and how to navigate and how to do stuff. And that way, when it comes time to actually take the robot out into the real world, it already knows with realistic physics and all the stuff like that how to behave and what to do. And that's world generation. And it has
it'll be ready to rule us
well.
the minute it walks out.
What?
Man, I've seen some DARPA videos where they have some bipedal robots running through rubble.
Oh yeah.
That's just insane.
But
and that's the
there's
bipedal, not the
also some
quadrupedal.
fun stuff with that too. All right, think about open world games. All right, where you can, you know, instead of being in an RPG where you walk up to, you know, the character with the carrot over its head and it's like, hi, thank you for coming to Honeywood. Here, I need you to kill 7 spiders. You know, the standard kind of stuff in an RPG. You could have a AI generated constant world that is actually interactive, and then the characters that you interact with are so lifelike you can't tell if they're actually piloted by a human or by the AI. So you can really interact with that world. It would take World of Warcraft and all that other stuff and just, you know, punt it through the roof in playability and realism.
But, you know, this may have already happened, and we may be living in a matrix, talking about the matrix we may be living in the future.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but see, that is, you know, once you get to that, you have to realize that, yes, the world we live in might be a simulation, but since it's the only reality we know, even though it's a simulation, we still have to treat it as reality because it's the only reality that we know.
Because it's our reality.
Yeah, exactly. It might be a simulation, but guess what? So are we. We are the NPCs of this simulation.
Right. Well, and you know, that rubs off in a lot of different ways.
Oh, I knew you'd rub something off.
Yeah, bet. Say, for instance, you believe in ghosts, and I don't believe in ghosts, but you and I hang out together, and your belief in ghosts is so strong, you react to things in a way because you do believe in those ghosts. So therefore, your reality becomes my reality, and even though I don't believe in them, I have experiences from them, from your beliefs.
Well, I've said time and time again, if it turns out that we're actually in a horror movie, I'm one of the first people to die because I'm going to be the idiot going, no, that's just the wind moving a tree branch. I'll go outside and show you. And I'm dead. All right.
Yeah. I always say I'm the most skeptic believer out there. But Mike said,
Okay.
what, find out that you're not, or that you're
It's
not
not a game.
in a hunting game, but you're hunting real people. They did a couple movies on that already. Shit. I think
Okay,
Gamer was one,
now-
wasn't it?
Now, beyond all that, beyond the Sora 2 and also the one of the things that was pointed out is in this world generation thing that they're in the process of doing right now, all the big companies are doing it. No one is talking about, Meta is not talking about the world generation that they're doing. All right. The AI world generation that they're doing And keep in mind, when one of the things that is becoming the most precious resource for all of these AI and all of this is new data. Being able to get new data is where the money is. So much so that Waymo has a side thing that you can do if you're doing, like, I think it's like Uber Eats, or if you're an Uber driver, they have a side thing now that you can do where you're actually answering questions and generating data for them that they can plug back into the system because they need new data, and you can make a couple bucks doing that. But Meta, with their new Ray-Ban stuff with the glasses that are constantly filming, they are constantly collecting data about the world, and that's being farmed into Meta for their world generation, and no one's talking about that. So that one's getting interesting, in my opinion. That's the hidden one to watch. All right, but all that being said, the main AI story that I wanted to bring up to you that I thought you would find
politics.
the one that I think you would find quite interesting is that the head guy for ChatGPT, he announced, Sam Altman announced that starting in December of this year, he's going to allow adults to be adults, and he will open up mature content for adults, age-verified users on ChatGPT. Are you letting that soak in, or do you just
one of where you could do your own? Come again?
Did you hear what I
Sorry,
said?
what?
Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't. No.
That Sam Altman is opening up erotic.
Yeah, we heard.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that, but then the comment
Yeah.
after that, yeah, because
Yeah.
I'd seen that they were doing that, and that they said that they were going to open it up to where you could even do relationships and stuff,
Well,
like make an AI girlfriend with it and all that.
it's not even just that. It's, they're going to be like horning in on the OnlyFans territory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see all sorts of things. Like if I wanted to kill somebody right now, like let's say I want to take Daryl out right now, I could start just replacing him after I've buried his body in the backyard. I could replace him on social media with AI. Do little 15
Wouldn't be
second
hard. I'm
clips
hardly
of him
on there.
uploading. I can't.
Right.
I'm getting freeze up every once in a while. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm seeing that you're freezing up, man.
Yeah, but the I could replace video with you. I could have AI doing all your posts and shit, and let everybody still think you're alive for another month. Before they start finding bodies or anything like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's me. No one would even look.
Well, Jess would know, but
no, I just thought that it was interesting, the fact that a whole venue is now just because let's face it, porn made the internet.
oh yeah,
If it wasn't for porn, the internet
internet.
never would have taken off.
yeah. Q
All right.
taught me that.
And it's going to be interesting what comes out of ChatGPT. And the other interesting part about this, it's an interesting side note, is that they are going to be utilizing ChatGPT to be able to figure out if who they're talking to is actually an adult. It's not just, your standard age verification where you enter in your birthday or you submit your ID. They're actually going to be using GPT to suss out whether or not you're an adult.
I think that's awesome. I worry about how they're going to go about doing that, because it feels like ChatGPT would have to get into the other person's personal information.
Oh, they can just ask you easy questions like, "Have you ever watched the Carol Burnett show?"
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, basically that is the big question, is whether or not, how good it's going to be, because there are a lot of areas of the world, especially like over in, Europe and stuff like that, where there is a huge, drop off on what's allowed for minors as for adults, and their verification system is much more stringent than it is here in the US. So whatever GPT does has to be, good enough and robust enough to pass their approvals. Yeah.
Not to change subject or anything, but just since you mentioned the Carol Burnett show, I wanted to throw out there when we did improv the other day, that was one of the things that was hitting us, because some of the people that were there had been there for 25 years. All the rest were college kids. So when they start going like movie references and shit, and we're throwing out, Flash Gordon, Big Trouble in Little China, this kind of shit. And they're
like, what's that?
We're seeing these college eyes looking at us like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's all in the reflexes, man.
Yeah. So we realized, if we do improv, the old guys over there, those are the guys we're targeting to. So it just hit me as he said that.
Okay. Now, this last story is not AI. I just thought it was super-rific cool. All right.
Okay.
And this is, there's a company called Enderly, whatever. All right. Enderly Industries, founded by Palmer Luckey, unveiled its Eagle Eye modular soldier headset helmet system. It's helmet native hardware, heads-up display, mission command software. The system combines mixed reality, augmented perception, control of robots, and fire control, and it's pitched into the U.S. Army's Soldier-Borne Mission Command program. And this thing is
on the Chris Ryan show, I think.
This stuff is straight up, let me see here. We're going to go with, okay, that's the video.
When you say they released,
first, I'm going to show you the picture of it.
It integrates all the data it's gathering from the entire battlefield. Whether one drone or one ship sees something that knows where an enemy is, then it's plotting it on a map for you. I mean, everything is
even this is the thing. The helmet has a full face shield that will cover it so you don't have to see anything. You'll have 360-degree vision on it with the cameras involved. The computer and battery setup here is also designed for protection as well for the torso. And this is all straight up protection from small arm fire, everything involved here. It will, like he was talking about, full HUD display. When things are popping up on the board, I mean, it literally, it's like you're playing a video game, because people can be out of the line of sight, but if it's in the mesh and they know it's there, a wireframe of where they're at will pop up, and you'll be able to see friendlies and baddies and the whole thing, and it is just like wild.
Call of Duty or something, or
Command can prioritize targets for you and all kinds of stuff.
Wow,
very much so. Now let me share. Wow. Let me see here. This is their promo video. Different things they can do: collaborative sand table and simulated mission rehearsals.
Weather's coming in heavy. What's the plan?
Mortars will strike the coastline at 3 points. At the same time, to the south, we'll send up ghosts and provide surveillance on the enemy command station.
And as we know, terrain is tough on this one, and the rain isn't helping.
Yeah, so this is full up. You can all stand around and plan, and you don't even need to be in the same room. You can plan your mission,
what about the ridgeline
how you want stuff to go, where people are going to be at, what your resources are, what the terrain is like, what you're dealing with, integrate topography and mapping systems, and all this stuff like that. Now we have operate UASs, task loitering munitions, call for fires. So here you see he's got his map here. He's got the
RP received and marked.
He's got his target marked there. They've got a drone. He's got everything going with the mapping. And so he can call in. He's calling in the ghost deck. He's telling it what he wants it to do. All right, this drone, and then he's going to get a live feed from it as it's coming in. It's found its target. Boom, target eliminated. It's a kamikaze drone, and so he's able to call that in while he's doing stuff. He's got rear view mirror digital laser designator, radio frequency detection, battlefield alerts. So you see there at the top, he's able to see what's happening behind him. All right.
So for those listening on the audio version, what it started out with is just imagine the map scene in Star Wars when they're all looking at, you know, a big map on a big flat plane, but it's 3-dimensional. And then now it's just like we're watching Call of Duty or
So he's knowing where his designator is. All right. He just designated a target on the screen that is now a waypoint, and so it's going to maintain there. He's got digital vision, blue force tracking, 6 degrees of freedom tracking. So watch this. This one is just awesome. All right. So he's here, and he's going to go ahead and switch over from night vision to thermal. There's the baddie. And if you notice also on the little map but down below, it's got the baddie in blue. He's got his forces in blue. The baddie's in red. Here you're seeing what the drone sees. So as his guys show up, they're outlined. Then they go behind the container. You see them down here on the drone footage. But when they go behind this wireframe, the bad guy's wireframe, and so he can see
like
what's
having X-ray
happening
vision.
beyond line of sight.
But it practically gave him X-ray vision there. Not perfect, but holy crap!
Yep.
Yep.
It's all these kids that are gamers now that are joining the military. The worry then would be that they get there and it's like, oh, I'll just respawn, you know, like.
Well,
because
you heard about the Periscope controller, right?
What?
They're on Nuclear Sub. I think it was Nuclear Sub. They have this, the Periscope, very important piece of equipment, the Periscope, and the controller to control the Periscope up, down, where you're looking at all the, the myriads of electronics and everything in it. This is like, hundreds of thousands of dollars for the controller. And if anything happens, they can't fix it. It's got to be sent back, all the stupid crap like that. Well, apparently on this one sub, the controller messed up on the Periscope. And so they figured out, they just took the wired remote for an Xbox, jury-rigged that in, and it's full control. They're able to do everything with a $60 remote that this $100,000 controller could do. And the kids coming in have grown up holding these controllers, so they are already halfway trained on them.
A lot of the drone pilot things are with those controllers.
Mm-hmm.
No, when my niece went into the reserves, they flat out told her, they gave her a list of video games to go start playing, and they're like, yeah, we tell all of our recruits now, play these games because it's but oh damn it, I had something. Oh yeah, they were using those Xbox controllers for that sub that imploded at the Titanic too, weren't they? I'm pretty sure that's what they used to,
except
steer the
for
whole thing.
two differences. One, they weren't just controlling the Periscope with it; they were controlling the whole damn
The
sub.
whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and two, they used a wireless remote.
Oh, and that was the problem. I don't know.
Well, no, but I'm sure that is one of a myriad of fault points. Is the fact that you're relying. I mean, one of the linchpins to keep you alive is Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and now I'll use Bluetooth to listen to my music. I won't use it to control my sub. Okay.
Well, we're at an hour, so we should probably get on. I want to cover this Twitch thing. We'll do it quick.
Oh yeah.
And then I wanted to talk about the two events going on this weekend. We won't be able to dive into TsunamiCon too much, but then we'll see everybody this weekend, hopefully, or next Wednesday. But
all right.
So with the video we're about to watch, it's a short video. For those that pay any attention to convention news, TwitchCon, good size con. I originally watched this news through the eyes of somebody who runs cons, so I have a very different opinion than the popular opinion. But what happened was a number of Twitch celebrities came out and said they weren't going to the convention this year because they were worried about safety issues. And then one of the streamers out there got assaulted this weekend, which we're about ready to watch. And then we'll comment on it after that.
All right. Now I have not watched this. I just loaded it up and got it ready to go. So this is all
It
fresh
wasn't a
for
big
me.
assault. This guy tried to kiss her, and
Oh, yeah,
but
don't give it away.
unwelcome. Okay.
All right.
And what
Oh,
That's simple. That's it.
okay. Yeah.
So what it was
That, that's assault.
go ahead. That is, yeah, definitely assault.
I mean, that's presidential level assault right there.
yeah. Did he smell her hair?
No, he grabbed him by the.
Oh yeah. The biggest thing that hit was just because so many Twitch people had said they were worried about safety anyway before the convention. This happened, and now, I mean, this could be the end of that convention. It is really bad, really big news. Twitch streamers are just bashing on the convention as a whole. I have some of my own opinions on it, which are a little different than what's out there. So anything I say on it's not that I'm like, this is diehard. It's I'm seeing it from a different point of view. So if anybody has any more information on it, I'd love to know. But the big thing is they're coming after TwitchCon for the security and what punishment this guy's getting. And he had come up. You see, he just walks right up. We've all been to convention. I don't know how many times I've been at a con where I'm like, well, I could just walk up there and punch Jason Momoa in the face right now. I wouldn't get away with it. But
That'd be a hell of a way to go, huh?
yeah. I mean, you could easily do it. And that's what this guy did here. As he was walking up, she had the guys that you saw get him. That was her own personal security. This girl travels with $10,000 worth of security. It is crazy the money these Twitch streamers make. But
okay, now first off, all right.
Yeah.
So that was her security.
That was her security that jumped in.
All right, that's fine. But
yeah,
we cannot. I mean, it's someone who has got to play a little bit in the whole security realm. You cannot have conflicting security. There's one security in charge. All right.
Well,
who was the security in charge?
The security in charge would be TwitchCon at this point. Yeah.
Then it's their fault, and he should not have jumped. I mean, he should not have had to have jumped.
Right. And that's the thing. It's one of those things of their security should have been there. However, something that simple, that quick, it like I've been security at these cons. It would be very hard to just go. You'd have to be right there on her, watching her. And not every guest at a con that big is going to have their own security detail provided by a convention. There's just no way you could do it.
I can have double dog dare someone to get past Jen.
Jen, get past who?
Jen.
Oh, Jen. Yeah.
And granted, yeah, they should have had a guest wrangler there watching. They should have had, and I do get that. The way everybody's talking is like this should have never, ever happened. Like, how could this possibly happen? I'm like, well, that could easily happen. I mean, we just watched it happen. But then, as you see, her security does jump in. They save the, and then they start escorting him out. So instead of taking him to the convention security, they just let him go. And then the big problem then is now everybody's mad at TwitchCon because it took TwitchCon like half an hour to find this guy and boot him out of the convention.
He should have been charged.
Agreed. It's assault
and charged.
I agree with that.
But
the thing is,
at this point, only she can be the one pressing charges.
That was my point. It's the convention was not assaulted. They're not the victim. It happened there, but they're not the victim. All the convention can really do is kick him out, ban him from Twitch. That's about it. Everything else is between those two people, but the convention is getting all the blame for it, like hard. And then, like I say, it's probably going to destroy this convention. And that's kind of my worry. I
mean, here's the thing. One, I've heard of TwitchCon. All right. And so they're a big name. they'll have a hard couple of years here. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be the end of the convention. All right, there's too
No,
many
no,
people.
no, dude.
There's too many
I'm
people
telling
making
you.
money.
I'm telling you, this it could easily be the end of that convention, because if none of the Twitch guests are willing to show up, doesn't matter how many vendors you got in there or anything like that.
Yeah,
As a
but
Twitcher, though,
what Twitch will do, what TwitchCon will do, is they'll say, in order to placate all of the, the people, in order to placate them, is they will go full on TSA level of security. All right.
Well, I can see that.
So
Yeah.
the people will still be there. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they dust off and bring out of storage the COVID plexiglass panels to keep people separated.
Yeah, well, and you start doing that, and people aren't going to be like the
I'm just
streamers
saying,
aren't gonna be
for the
coming.
first, I said for like a year or two, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. And it's going to be because in order to keep it going, they're going to swing that hard that way. All right. And that's going to cause it to contract. But then we are humans. We have very short attention spans. All right. Just look at what all we're putting up with now, because we've been inundated with everything. All right. And now, right now, we have things happening on the daily, which would have completely ended people's political careers, decades ago. They would have been gone. Now it happens every day so much. We are completely, just,
Yeah,
in
that
shock.
bombard you with so much shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but in this case,
I say
in this
it's
case-
not going to be the end of TwitchCon, but I say they will swing hard the other way, and I'm willing to put a $5 down that they're going to bring out the plexiglass.
well, and one of the struggles they're going to have real hard is a lot of these Twitch streamers. Right now, the Twitch streamers are making a ton of money off of just talking about what's happening at TwitchCon. A
Yeah.
bunch of them got a ton of money made because they talked about not going to TwitchCon, which, if you think about that, if you own Twitch and you own TwitchCon, and literally the people, you're paying people through advertisement to bash on the event you're running. Like,
they're kind of cutting their own throats. As a Twitcher, she should be standing up for TwitchCon and Twitch, because if Twitch just people stop watching because of this, then she's losing her job.
well, she's probably she's making so much money. And I should say I didn't get a chance to finish what had happened there, but
Please.
so they took a half an hour for them to find the guy. So right away, TwitchCon is getting totally bombarded for that. But in my mind too, her security should have dropped this guy off with their security, because if they drop the ball to not be there, which I get, then they're aware that the security is not there, so they don't just let him go to the wild. So then when they did get a hold of him, they of course evicted him from the con. He's never allowed back TwitchCon again, and they had banned him from Twitch for 30 days, his account. And she of course got very mad, so then they turned around and banned him for life. And in fairness, all this happened in about 30, 45 minutes. So, and part of my deal was it took them 45 minutes from the time that they had informed her, because that she would have to press charges and stuff. But they informed her that he was banned for 30 days and escorted from the con. And she said he should be banned for life, and she was very adamant about that. So it took them then from that point to ban him for life, and they're getting raked across the coals. And I'm like, well, A, they would have to notify him in that time, but B, you don't just tell somebody something and then they go, okay, done all the time. When you have something that's that big, a convention that's that big, you got to go back. You got to talk about it with other management, maybe people above you. You don't just make a decision on that spot. And it didn't matter if it took him 45 minutes. He was already banned for 30 days.
Yeah.
So they could have taken 30 days to decide to ban him for life, but they're acting like in that 45-minute time, he could have done something horrible. And so what if it took 45 minutes? It means
also,
nothing.
I'm guessing TwitchCon is more than a 200-300 person convention, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. So let me get this straight. From the moment he did the heinous that he assaulted, from the moment he assaulted to him getting tracked down was 30 minutes, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So in that 30 minutes, all right, he assaulted, he got hit, he runs off. All right.
Yeah.
Then at that point, people have to be notified. Video has to be obtained and watched. They have to identify him. And then somewhere in this large multi-room, area, he is squirreled up somewhere, right? He's hiding. They have to track him down where he is. They find him and are able to locate him and get him out, and do all that within 30 minutes without having everybody low jacked every second of every day. I think 30 minutes was a stellar performance on getting him located and ousted.
And that's how I feel. And again, like I say, there might be parts of the story that I have not seen. I've watched lots of video on this, read a couple articles, but for the most part, most of the videos out there, everybody's fan of the Twitch streamers and not Twitch itself. So they're just siding with whatever the streamers say, 100%, like across the board. Nobody's standing up for the convention at all. And not that I need to feel like I need to stand up for it. I keep feeling like there's something I'm missing, because they're just looking at it from a that's a bad thing that happened aspect, and not like exactly what you did, spelling it out what it takes to do that. Because to me, I'm like, the convention dropped the ball at first, but they got on it right away.
These Twitch streamers, unfortunately, appear to be living in their game worlds. And in their game worlds, someone can be located and ousted in seconds. That is not real life. Real life, it takes time to find them. This is not a Hollywood movie. We do not have satellites and CCTV watching everybody every second of every day. All right. Unless you live in one of those countries that they do, but this is not one of those countries yet.
Well, and I guess the last thing I'll say on it, kind of talking about what you were saying earlier about what might be happening next year. One of the fears then is, since I was saying so many of these Twitch streamers got so many views about talking about not going to TwitchCon this year because of security worries. Now, next year, most of those Twitch streamers will probably go, oh, you know what? If I intentionally don't go, but talk about me not going next year, the revenue will be there. They'll make more money sitting at home talking about not going to TwitchCon than they will going to TwitchCon, because that's what happened to the ones this year. And next year they have that excuse. So they're worried that no matter what they do, there's just going to be a huge boycott, not necessarily because people feel TwitchCon has dropped the ball, but because of the money they can generate by not going. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but that is, and I do not know what bullets they have in the Bandolero, but you are leaving out the possibilities that Twitch can pull some levers as well.
Oh, I'm sure they can.
All right. So I think you might have a percentage that attempt that and do that. But I think the larger players will recognize which side of their bread the butter's on and want to keep that, that's their livelihood. And if they completely shoot themselves in the foot, and these people, for the most part, a good majority of them are smart enough to wake up and realize that if they tank that it's not that they can't go to another platform. It's the simple fact that they have all this infrastructure built around, all this following, all this stuff that they have set up. That's one of the reasons that when TikTok was getting shut down in the US, and everybody's like, oh, I don't want to go to these other platforms, other than TikTok, because I have all of my following on here. And I know that even if, 50% of them do migrate over to this new platform with me, I'll still lose half of my income from it. And
that's if Twitch comes at them, because Twitch can do the same thing YouTube did when YouTube went through this. And not everybody can be, pull a moist critical like he did this week. But a lot of YouTubers stood up, and some of them got hurt for it, but it made change. Real quick, I want to say Sean said agreed on was, oh, there you go. When someone was deconned for getting someone underage blackout drunk at a party at a convention, it took over 2-3 hours to locate them. And that was handled pretty. Yeah. And to me, I don't know, maybe there's stuff I don't know, but I feel I've read and looked a lot on it. And I feel, not that anybody's going to be watching this and it's going to make any difference for TwitchCon, but I feel a little bit like the con's getting the hit here, and cons anymore are disposable. And
But
Twitch celebrities
also keep in mind,
apparently are not. So,
keep in mind, okay, I am under the assumption that TwitchCon is a con hosted by Twitch, right?
yeah. Yeah.
They may decide.
Correct.
They may decide that brand of TwitchCon is burned, and they have the deep pockets to go ahead and say, all right, TwitchCon is gone. All right, now we have Con Twitch. That's up now. And so we're going to rotate over to that, and everybody go over there.
Yeah, it could be. They just have to change the director and stuff like that. But
yeah, and they will do that in a heartbeat. I mean, if that's who they need to be the whipping boy and the sacrificial goat, they'll do it.
And again, I guess being someone who's run cons and stuff, I look at it from that perspective. And this has a different element because it's Twitch also, not just a convention. But
yeah,
I've seen that a lot even this year with like AI. We like talking about AI here. But there's certain conventions you don't talk about AI at, or they'll come at you. So I've watched conventions get hit for that. Hell, we got real light hit for it this year. But I don't know. I just worry it has become almost fashionable to bash on conventions and even try to run conventions.
Now,
yeah. So
that being said,
yeah,
end of October next year, before TsunamiCon next year, I fully expect to find out whether or not I owe you $5 if they wheeled out the plexiglass. Okay.
All right. We'll
seriously, I got $5 on the plexiglass coming out.
I'll take the bet. I'll take the bet. Although I don't know that my ends of it's a safe bet. I almost agree with you, but I'm going to take the bet just to.
Well, no, but you have everything else. I'm just saying
thinking,
the plexiglass comes out. You got everything else from nothing happening to the con goes away. I just have the plexiglass.
Yeah. Well, plexiglass is the only thing. So yeah, I think that's a safe bet because I honestly think it's either the con's going to go away or a rebranding of the con, in some way, that doesn't involve plexiglass. We'll say. So, but yeah, having that. I mean, we're at 8:22. The big things to talk about real quick would be, even though we're not going to be there this weekend, Topeka Renaissance Festival is happening this weekend. We got a number of friends will be down there. Jake, who normally hops on here, he'll be there performing in the bar. This year they're doing a Pirates versus Vikings celebration. So if anybody does go, give the Pirates some push. How they're doing it on the contest they got going on, if the Pirates win, then the next festival, they open up the Pirate Bar where we have the air-conditioned stage and get to hang out at the bar. They open that up and the Pirates get to rule that whole area. But then if the Pirates lose and the Vikings win, then they open up the feast hall on the other side and the Vikings rule that area and we lose our Pirate Bar for the weekend. So,
what?
Yeah. I just found out about this.
We're not going to be there. That's horseshit.
So go down there and support Pirates for us. So,
and we all know Vikings are great in theory, but when it comes to actually entertaining, they are not as much fun as the Pirates. So if you want to have the pirate entertainment next year, you need to support this weekend.
We'll be there. It's just the difference will be whether we're really sweaty or not, or if we're drunk in an air-conditioned bar, or if we're sweaty outside drinking ice water and Gatorade. That's the biggest difference. So
I just got one word: black powder.
Black powder.
We got this, man.
Well, and warmth. We got the Caribbean, they got the cold.
Yeah.
That would be truly piratical. All right, is if they win, you got to go and take it over.
Yeah, we might look at doing that.
That would be truly piratical, and I'm a true pirate, Daryl.
And then, of course, this weekend we got TsunamiCon, which you actually get all of us Like the Wags will be there. You and I, of course, will be there. Ash will be there. A lot of our old high school gaming friends are going to be there. And again, we always say it's not the biggest convention. There's going to be a couple hundred people come in throughout the weekend, but you know, you can go paint miniatures, you can go check out games and play them, and we're just going to be hanging out. I mean, we got some scheduled games. We got your game, Star Trek game you're doing. We got
and I believe that's on 2:00 on Saturday.
2:00 on Saturday. And then Cookie's got 9:00 on Saturday morning is a preliminary game, right?
And then Sunday, I'm going to run another game at 1:00 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Or
now,
if
I'll be able
everybody that wants to play wants it at a different time on Sunday, I can change it anytime I want to on Sunday.
I can do the one on Sunday. I cannot do Saturday morning. My boy is running cross country, and this is the competition to get into state is this weekend, and so I got to go support.
Be there for that
in the morning.
Well,
and
at least you've played this system before, so we can always pop you next. I don't know if it's going to be 2 different campaigns or
if I get through it, I should be able to get. I've got 3 major scenarios in the adventure I've got planned. Be able to get through all 3 of those in 4 hours if Daryl's not there running his fucking mouth.
What the fuck?
Oh, man.
Love you, Daryl.
I still got my dice and everything. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh, it's otters, Tim. That sounds just like otters.
Here's the problem. Kelly didn't come in and put Tim in his place today. He came in and was all nice and shit. So, and he thinks he can get fucking. All right. Yeah. So we will be at Tsunami this weekend. I know we're going to record some stuff. Next week will probably be us talking about gaming experiences at Tsunami and gaming in general, I would bet. Go ahead, Daryl.
Do you still have my lapel mics?
I do. Where the fuck do I have those?
They were in your bag to take to Steampunk River.
They're right here. They're right here in this bag.
Just put them in the bag. Just put them in the bag for the weekend.
Sounds good. I'm glad you said something. I would have completely forgot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it, guys. We've been on for an hour and a half, so it's probably time to get off. We got a lot going on this weekend. We're gonna start on Friday. And I know we're going to see Mike and Steph for sure there that are on here. I think Sean's coming, right? Or not?
I believe Sean's going to be coming, yeah.
Okay.
Are we doing Drunkards and Dragons or not?
I do not know. I was going to try to get a hold of Eric beforehand. My phone is down, so it has been a little tough to contact with people. I'll get a new one tomorrow, I think. But I have not heard yet. Last I heard, since they were doing an after party at the game shop.
Dude,
we
what is it about you horns that are so tough on cell phones?
You know, this one wasn't me so much.
Mine wasn't me either.
We borrowed one of the boys' car and went and plugged in my phone.
You broke up. You broke up there.
Cigarette deal, and my phone. I borrowed a car from my boys. And it was Diego's car. We plugged in the thing to the cigarette lighter and immediately started smelling burning plastic. So I pulled my phone off and it melted the inside of the phone. So it wasn't so much that I did it. Don't get me wrong. I've dropped plenty of phones under lawnmowers and shit, but this one wasn't me. Because I've only had this phone for 6 months. I'm pretty upset about it.
Damn.
You know what? That will be under warranty.
It's not, because it was like a phone upgrade deal I did through my plan.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I will find out if I don't believe Drunkards and Dragons is happening, but I am not against DMN just about anything. So I'm fine with running a game. I've got a couple campaigns already set aside. I got a Drunkards and Dragon campaign ready, which I was a little upset about because I'll explain it next week. But the campaign I wrote for Drunkards and Dragons, I then saw a trailer for a movie today that is about 60% of my campaign.
Damn it,
that
man.
trailer, and I told Christy, I was like, motherfuck, everybody's going to think I saw this trailer now. But anyhow.
Yeah. All right.
That's it.
It is an hour and a half. We got to go have dinner, dudes.
All right. Have a good one.
Later,
All
brother.
right, hugs and kisses.
Good night, everybody.